Welcome back to the final and extremely delayed part of Let's Play the Tale of Harmony. And this is the title screen, which I actually completely forgot to show you. So here it is, Zelda 2 inspired, which you will probably recognize if you played that game. And it also has a small backstory, which probably nobody ever cared about reading. But yeah, here it is. I'm terrible at reading loud, so I'm just gonna sum it up shortly. That Harmony lives in the land of Harmonia, which is ruled by her father, King Roland, a peaceful nation. But lately a number of thieves and bandits have been troubling the land, and the king kind of wanted soldiers to protect the land, but the people didn't want the king to, having soldiers or war or anything. But lately things got a lot worse when some sort of mysterious army invaded the land and took the king away. Someone called Lord Gannick was leading them, and he was threatening to kill the king unless they gave him Harmonia. So it was this moment that Princess Harmony, daughter of the king, set out on a journey alone to stop the evil Lord Gannick and rescue her father. And this is the story of her journey. So, the only thing we have left now is actually the last boss. So, I have actually prepared some footage, so I'm just gonna narrate while looking at it, and then cut it together. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna show you is the boss introduction. And if you played Super Metroid, you might actually recognize this type of appearance from one of the bosses there. And I'm also gonna try to do some extremely terrible voice acting, so be ready.
No, my little Harmony, why did you have to come here? This was not part of my plan. It is over, Gannick. Release my father, and I might show you mercy. Harmony, I did this to help protect our people. They refused to grant me the power to protect them. However, if I was to show them how vulnerable our kingdom was, they would see things my way. Stop spinning out nonsense! This is your last chance! Release my father! Harmony, I am your father. Dun 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 dun. No, that's not true! That's impossible!
Who showed? Oh yeah, this is actually a freaking mistype here. It's supposed to be who showed you how to take the
secret path out of the castle to the lake. Who helped you build the secret trees in the forest? Your mother was always too protective to allow you to have any fun. Yes, you know it to be true.
Father, it is you, but why?
Our people refused to allow me to protect them, so I hired mercenaries to attack our kingdom, even faked my own abduction. I promised them money and power. They fell flat for it. Now I don't even need to destroy them myself. You've done it for me after all. Behold the souls of some of my most powerful minions. Even now in death they serve me. Traitor!
How could you do this to us? To me!
I was planning to return home soon, claiming I escaped. Then our people would finally grant me what I wanted. Now I will instead say that you died to allow my escape. I cannot let you leave the knowledge you now possess. You'll make a fine addition to my souls. I will treat you with mercy, my daughter. I have to, for the greater good.
Bang! Okay, and then the next clip I'm gonna show you when I actually beat the boss. Okay, and this is actually the try where I kill him. So this is the first phase out of 4 on this guy, and he has a couple of abilities. One of them is to drop a meteor, as you can see. He can also drop fire from the skulls, and a bouncing fireball, and those 3 fireballs. That's his spells in this phase. He will use 2 of them, and then he will teleport around. And you can only hit them for I think it's 5 shots per teleport. But I'm very happy with this boss actually. It's a fair fight, but it's still very hard. He will never, for example, appear on top of you. He might push you if you allow him to towards the edges of the room, and there things can get nasty, but otherwise I think it's a really fair fight, but still extremely hard. This is the phase transition to second phase. He will drop slimes, as you can see, and he stays up there and kinda shoots at you. This is second phase. He will shoot fireballs from the 2 skulls, as you can see here and earlier, he still maintains the free fireballs and the bouncing one, but he can also drop blue slimes. He will no longer cast the falling meteor. A bit later in this phase, like now, he will also drop fires from the skulls now and then. And I think we're about to enter phase 3. This is probably the longest fight, but like I said, I'm really happy with it. It's a worthy last fight to the game, in my opinion. And I worked long and hard with it, and it turned out really well. This is the third phase. I always wanted a flying phase, just to make use of the whole wing concept. There's a power feather spawning like right there. I take it so fast you might not see it. And then he will fly around and shoot at you. And it's best to stay pretty far away so you have time to react to the fireballs. If you hit the skulls, the shots are just gonna bounce, but that's all that's gonna happen, so just hammer the shoot button basically. And you better kill those things on the floor pretty fast, otherwise they're gonna make a lot of trouble. Especially with all the fireballs making big explosions, it could be really nasty to let pretty much anything live more than needed. So you just have to take it really careful. If you made it this far, you should definitely be careful. And this is the phase transition to the fourth phase. Very short this time, I guess I got lazy. This is the fourth phase. He started using the meteor again, and he's also throws one into the ceiling and breaks it, as well as maintaining the bouncing fireball. That's the three abilities he has. And the purpose in this phase is to break down the skulls, which makes them invulnerable at all times. And my recommendation for this phase is to actually not bother trying to aim, just shoot and focus 100% on staying alive. Eventually you're gonna burn down the skulls, but it's probably smarter to play really defensive and just focus on survival in this phase, because if you make it this far you're really close to beating him. As you can see now, I've broken down the skulls, and now it's just a matter of damaging him until he dies. And now there's no limit on how many shots you can get in. And I think I got him now. Yes, I did. And I'm gonna do some terrible voice acting again. No! Oh, sorry. Stop this madness now, father! I will not fight you!
Then I will do what I must. I'm sorry, my child.
Oh my god.
It is over, traitor. Harmony has weakened your magic. Now we can finally break free.
That was terrible. Water.
What? Impossible! What's happening to me?
I can't remember how I did his voice.
Forgive us for our crimes against your people, Harmony. We will do this world one last service to set things right. We'll do what you cannot, what must be done. Please have mercy on us all. Wait, no!
That's it. And I probably did the voices completely different from the first time because I can't remember. Anyway, I figured we just wouldn't have a happy ending, so despite his madness, King Roland was giving a worthy funeral by his daughter. May death bring you the peace you never found in life, Harmony prayed, before she began her long journey home. That's a quote my friend came up with, and I think it's really good. In time, Harmony will be the Queen of Harmonia. She swore on her father's grave that she would be a fair ruler, and not given to greed. Only time will tell what the future brings. I also think this song could be a sad song. I mean, it's Mario saving the princess, but I also think it can be sad. And then I decided to have a little happier sort of theme, again from Mario 3, as you probably recognized. And this is where we go through the levels and just introduce all the monsters and bosses again. And some mobs even have names, like the Mario ones, and some are just made up. The Rock and the Challenger rocket after Space Shuttle Challenger, which exploded shortly after liftoff in 1986. And I always think these appearing box sounds like doo doo. And I always think that red thing looks like a telephone. I really do. And Space Invaders, as you can see, it's nicely lined up like the Space Invaders. And as Screw Attack would call him, the douchebag. Number one douchebag, the Duck Hunt Dog. He deserves to die so hard. non-robot unicorn attack. And if you're really clever, you might have figured out that Lord Gannick is actually an anagram for King Roland. And that was it. And now the credits. And I made this game. And with the borrowed sprites from Shy Guy Kingdom and videogamesprites.net. And music borrowed from a lot of games. And also big thanks to Laura and Robert for helping me keep my motivation up, because it was a long project, because I'm a slacker. And also hat off to Kane for making I Wanna Be the Guy. It really just made me become aware of multimedia fusion, and without it I wouldn't even know that there was actually a program where I could make a game on my own. I mean, it's something I actually dreamed about doing, making a game back, since I was a kid. I thought, wow, imagine if I can make my own Mario. And the cool thing is that today that's actually possible. And that's amazing that indie gaming has come so far as it has now, and I think it's great. I think anyone should try to make their own game if they just have a little programming knowledge. And with stuff like multimedia fusion or construct, it's actually possible for even a normal person to do something. It doesn't have to be a kick-ass game, it can be something really standard, but it's really possible. So I think it's great that you can do that, and I think anybody who want to do something, just try it. You don't need to make a super kick-ass game, just try it. Anyway, there's one last piece we're gonna look at, so I'll be right back. Okay, and the last thing I'm gonna show you is the achievements. And this is basically a set of challenges, and I'm not gonna play them, but I'll just tell you what they're all about. As you can see, this one is about basically beating the grasslands level, but you can't kill any dinosaurs, so you gotta jump over them or anything, and that could get pretty nasty. This one is about killing the purple dinosaur first in the Master Higgins fight, before the other two. You gotta damage the red and blue one before the purple one would spawn, and then you gotta kill it first, which will make things a lot harder. And then you can only hurt Mr. Higgins with bombs, or you will fail the achievement. This one is about complete about half of the Pipe Dream level, Land of Pipes level. This one is beating the entire Rocket Ride level. This is also Latin for something, say like, a rough road leads to the stars. And it's a quote I found, which I really like. And this one is to beat both the Quickman sections without destroying that thing which removes the darkness in the room. This is basically beating the entire flight level. And this is beating the entire wheel section. And this is beating all the 6 bosses in a row. And of course, none of these have save points, so if you fail, you gotta start all over. I'm gonna attempt this one just once because I like it a lot. Let's see how I do. What? Whew. That could have been a very quick and tragic end to my not so awesome attempts. Okay. That was embarrassing, but oh well. And also the last thing, that I actually bet the game with 269 lives. I think there was some very minor editing, so let's say 300. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's like half of my otherwise best record, so yeah. Well, this concludes my Let's Play The Tale of Harmony. I hope you enjoyed it, and who knows, maybe I'll make more videos in the future, but I don't know. But for now, thank you everybody, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye!